Look at my hands. Count my fingers. Stay calm.
We are still anxiously awaiting the big unfold of Season 2 of Behind Her Eyes. We have also done some detective work, and in this video, we'd like to share our findings with you. Make sure you stick around, as today we will cover everything you should know about Behind Her Eyes Season 2. Stay tuned for the reveal of the juicy deets. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. So what have we managed to unearth about the second season? When will the new episodes of the series come out? Will there be another production of the season at all? We will answer the most common questions if you, like us, have been scratching your head. We will now reveal what we have come to know. Behind Her Eyes Season 2 would have some explaining to do. The unexpected twist at the end of Season 1 has posed many questions, and the viewers are impatiently waiting for answers. So you remember the finale, right? It's not something we've seen in a while. It was undoubtedly unusual, on the verge of bizarre. Netflix's 6-episode series really delivered its engaging and captivating story. The viewers literally fell into its snares. The intelligent entanglement of viewers and its quilt of lies was a masterpiece. All this whilst admirably honoring and reflecting the source text by Sarah Pinborough. No one expects the ending. It pretty much sweeps you off your feet. So what's next? Let's immerse in the reality of Season 2. So now you know the deal about the characters and the hijacking or shifting of their souls. Nonetheless, it seems like we are still left in the lurch about character details left out of Season 1's narrative. Would it not be deeply satisfying to see some of those answers come to light in a new season? There's a lot of potential for the series. The question remains which direction the producers want to go down. Whatever this may be, here's everything we know about Season 2 of Behind Her Eyes. Keep watching. Has the show's popularity warmed the director's hearts to produce a Season 2? Netflix keeps a poker face and remains quiet about this topic for now. However, as such, decisions are usually made based on the first days of viewership and the popularity of a given product, so it is highly likely that the next season is brewing. The making of Behind Her Eyes was warmly received not only in the UK, but also in other European countries, hence the chances for this story's continuation are good. Initially, Netflix released Behind Her Eyes as a limited series, which means it was meant to serve its purpose in one season only. Given the public's approval and admiration, the show is blasted through the streaming chart. It can only mean one thing: Netflix will order a new season of the supernatural psychological thriller. The history of Netflix hits suggests we might need to wait a month or so before a decision to move forward is given the green light. Make sure you check back here for all the updates on season renewal news for Behind Her Eyes. So what about faithfulness to the novel? Is there even any more book material to base the rest of the show on? According to the author Sarah Pinborough, the ending is a pretty closed one. What does this mean? She hasn't written a sequel to her original novel published in 2017, which the Netflix series is based on. In an interview, she said she didn't know whether there would be a follow-up and expressed that it would be exciting to see where they would take the story. So does that translate as a nod of approval? At the same time, we speculate whether Pinborough would be involved in the scriptwriting process, should the showrunner Stephen Lightfoot want to run with the idea of a second season. It does not look like it, so it would be all brand new material. The possibilities are endless. Do you think they would likely surprise us or make up a story in line with the original novel? Next, we'll discuss what Season 2 could even be about. If Netflix does indeed make a new season, it will make sense that the show will continue to tell David, Adele, Rob, and Luis's stories. A bit of introspection is always welcome to understand the origin and the kind of character's genesis. How about flashbacks to fill us in on the holes in the background? We could catch a glimpse of what David was like when he was young. Was he really just coincidentally nearby when the fire broke out at Adele's estate, or is there more to it? Will David realize that Luis is actually Rob? Will David try to prescribe psychotic medications for Luis and Rob? Can antipsychotic drugs even work on the soul or just the body? Here, we're going to dive deep into the mind-body realm. These are all questions submitted to the showrunner. Will Luis's ex-husband realize that she's not who she once was, literally, and rescue her sweet son Adam from this imposter? It would be painful to watch Luis and Rob harm Adam when Season 1's emotional heart was their loving relationship. Still, it is definitely a direction the show could take. The show could also go the anthology route, so adapt American Horror Story style and follow a new cast of characters that overlap with the original in various ways. We mainly mean the ability to astral project or control one's dreams by lucid dreaming. This might be the best way to keep audiences interested without overusing the Season 1 storyline, but it's going to take a lot to keep viewers surprised after that ending. Don't you think that Netflix should pick up from where the story left off? That would make logical sense for the continuity of the story after the ending of Season 1. We were horrified in the final episode, weren't you? The weary look at Luis in the final moments before the credits start to roll. You know how the saying goes, out of sight, out of mind? This scene really fortifies the assumption that ignorance is bliss. Knowing what we know, that David has married murderer Rob disguised as the woman he loves, we can't help fearing for him, especially for Adam. A potential Behind Her Eyes Season 2 could pick up on this further. Towards the end of the novel, Sarah Attenborough cleverly illustrated Louise's intentions towards Adam. Louise has no choice but to take Adam out, suspecting that her sinister secret is no longer a secret. These desperate attempts to keep the truth from coming out are fueled by her desires to keep David to herself. Wouldn't this turn of events be even more thrilling? So, now, let's take a gander at the potential cast in Season 2. Would the cast return for Season 2? While we still don't have a clue whether or not Netflix will continue the series, it's safe to assume that Eve Hewson at least wouldn't be in the show based on the events of Season 1. But never say never, as they say. With the innate nature, Adele's mystic return as a ghost to haunt and taunt Rob Louise's dreams may likely bewilder and please the viewers. Another possible option is that she'd figure in flashbacks to answer some questions about her history with David and Rob. Going ahead of ourselves, how about she just comes back? The mystical practice of astral projection allows people to have out-of-body experiences intentionally, after all. Mad, right? Whatever mind-blowing route the producers go down, Hewson admitted that she'd be keen to highlight the show. In an interview with Collider, she eagerly expressed that no matter how crazy or outlandish her reincarnation would be, she'd be on board. Eve holds this role near to her heart and stores it in high regard. It is supposedly the highlight of her career, and acting Adele's role has been a significant thrill for her career. Her genuine passion and devotion to the character were kindled by the plot twist. She even said that she's never had more fun playing a character in her life. Wow, that's certainly a big statement to come out of her mouth. What's more, she said if she could play Adele until the day she dies, she wouldn't care. Well, if this commitment doesn't boost the already skyrocketing popularity of the show and accelerate production, nothing will. The first season with its twist makes space for so many possibilities that the actors have many leeways to interpret their roles and breathe new life into them. Behind Her Eyes is undoubtedly not one of the what you see is what you get kind of show. The magnificent execution of mind games that caused the viewers to become emotionally invested was a very thoughtful treatment. Season 2 will likely keep the pace high and continue to trick the audience. Be prepared for an emotional roller coaster with a multitude of layers of deceptions, intrigue, and lies. For now, consider getting your fix from contemplating the endless options for the sequel. Have you come across any leaked info about Season 2 and you want to share with us? Make sure you keep us all in the loop in the comment section down below. If you can't wait for the rest of the story to unfold, why don't you go on a cruise? What? Did you just say you hate boats? You've changed. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. See you in the next video.